Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Check Me. We're back. I know it's been a while, but hey, look, better I'm here and not, right? So, we're back talking about sports. So much football, so much is going on right now. I want to get right into it. I want to get right into my Philadelphia Eagles and just, the game that just happened. Man, so much going on. We're 6-0. It's good to be 6-0. Happy to be 6-0. I think that right now we have a formula that works on the offense and defensive side. I like what I saw against the Cowboys. Just we came out strong, kind of like the Detroit Lions. We came out strong and we thawed out towards the end of the game. Three big takeaways I want to talk about in the game. First thing is just the preparation. I think that before the game started, all week, even leading up to this game, just the preparation was ideal. Coming out and getting 20 points in the first half really helped out, and the defense is on the defensive side as well too. Just watching Phil and Cooper rush, but on the offensive side, I thought what was really great that we attacked Micah Parsons. We attacked Micah Parsons. We took their best player and pretty much made him obsolete for the first half. I said, until Lane Johnson went out because we went back to it. But the RPO was just working phenomenal against Micah Parsons. He's a greedy player, and I think that's from just saying, hey, look, let's let him make a decision. But for the Philadelphia offensive coordinators to say, hey, look, he's a greedy player, and he's not going to be able to commit to one. He's going to try to do everything himself. So what happened to Micah Parsons when they did the RPO was they put him in a situation where he either had to get the pitch man, the quarterback, because the quarterback's a threat, or he had to get play the pass. And for him in that situation, what coaches tell you is to commit to one. If you try to stand there and figure out, then you're gonna get beat. The defensive ends or whoever the pitchman is, you have to commit to one and trust that your players behind you will make the play. Micah Parsons isn't wired like that. He's wired to make the play. So one of the biggest challenges for him was, okay, how do I make the play trying to guard three people when you can't? And, much of the first half we attacked him. Lane Johnson did a good job on him except for one play, just kind of, basically be able to, thaw him up, thump him up. But I thought Lane Johnson did a great job on him until Driscoll came in. But I go and say that because not only from the game plan of Micah Parsons, but also like the biggest thing, and the Eagles figured it out last year. We're just kind of building on what we did this year, is running the ball. Running the ball is how you win in this league. These defensive ends, these defensive tackles, the way they shift, they rotate players. If you can run the ball, and everyone knows the run opens up the pass. And what Philly did this game was stay true to the run. I think they ran the ball 39 times. They passed the ball to I think around 20 sometimes. Running the ball is the way you win in NFL. Simple as that. If you can run the ball, let's get people inside the box. Let's force them to play some type of zero, cover one, quarters coverage with maybe one or two people dropping, but basically creating opportunities for your guys to make plays or get one-on-one matchups in the passing game. These defensive ends are not built to stop the run. And if you can run the ball, if they rotate the players on 2nd and 8 or third and 6, they're passing players in, they're passing defensive players in. You can run the ball, and Philly did that. We ran Miles Sanders. Were consistent with him. I think he was averaging like 4 a pop, and also like AJ and Devontae. Like AJ and Devontae are not only great one-on-one players, and I think that where the offense for the Philadelphia Eagles has matured is allowing them to create and allowing them to I can say this, where you have players like Devontae Smith and AJ Brown who when you talk about route development, when you talk about allowing plays that allow receivers to have like longer routes where they can be more creative. We're talking maybe 4 to 5 seconds on a route, even 3 seconds on a route where they can actually be able to make a move or do a double move or etc. Right? We have some of that built in, but most of it's predicated on these plays that get them in space. Right? If they're seeing man coverage, let's get to you quick and see make a play. And people really underestimate AJ Brown and how Devontae Smith and him running after the catch. And you have two guys like that. Even Quez Watkins, the deep threat who can spread the offense, who can spread the defense. We have the right recipe on offense. And as much as criticism I gave Howie Roseman, he did it right, and I think having faith in Jalen Hurts was a big thing. So faith in Jalen Hurts, having AJ Brown, Devontae Smith being able to catch the ball and then get yak. I'm not sure if they even what their yak was in the game, but man, like I'm looking at right now, Devontae Smith 5 catches, AJ Brown 5 catches. Quez only had one. It was that botch play. But Dallas Goedert, there was a lot of drops in the beginning of the game. I wasn't too happy about that. AJ Brown, I think, dropped 2. Then Goddard dropped 1. It was tipped, but he should have caught it. But it's just you have weapons everywhere, and typically in a system like this, everyone wants the ball. But you have players that are really, really humble, that aren't necessarily worried about, padding their stats. It's a team effort. And when you're 6-0, you can't go into that locker room and with the type of mindset of, hey, we won the game but only had 2 catches, because that's not going to be accepted there. You have senior leadership with Jason Kelsey. I like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has that same mentality that Nick Saban has from Alabama. Just, hey, look, next game, don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows, and keep on moving. And then on the defense, you have Fletcher Cox, you have Brandon Graham, you have veterans like Slay, Bradbury, you have 2 experienced safeties that really play well off each other. You have the nucleus of a team that is built to be successful, and that's the main thing in Philly. They are built to be successful. Where my only concern, if I had one concern and take away from this game, it would be we haven't played anybody yet. I don't think Dallas is good. I do think Dallas is better off with. I think they're better off with Cooper Rush than Dak Prescott. I never thought Dak Prescott was good. I never thought that Dak Prescott was like an elite quarterback. I always think that Dak Prescott predicated from good offensive coordinators, and he predicated from great weapons. Now that he has Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb, they have no one. Dallas should have never traded away Amari Cooper. He was your only one. Now, CD and Gallup are great supplements, supporting receivers, but he's not a one, and that they aren't ones. And you kind of see that now. Michael Gallup, 7 targets, 2 catches. CeeDee Lamb, and unless it's a go route or some type of slant, when it comes to route creativity, he lacks that. CeeDee Lamb had 5 receptions. He's a lead receiver, 5 receptions, 68 yards, 10 targets. But he has a guy has to get open now, and that it typically doesn't happen with him. With these routes that take longer to develop. I guess one flaw that I see with Philadelphia is we tend to fall asleep in the first or second half, and that can hurt us. But the main thing is, if teams look at Dan Quinn and they kind of play with that blitz, they did that all-out blitz on Jalen Hurts and said, hey, look, we're going to blitz Jalen Hurts. We're going to all out on him. We're going to, play man coverage. Hurts has to see that. And he caught it He actually caught it the second time when they botched the snap. When they caught the second time when he ran the ball, and then they did it again as well too. But they came and they botched the snap. So it's almost looking at the heels of the linebackers. And if you watch that play, Micah Parsons was actually as a middle linebacker. You're not putting you have to know Micah Parsons is not going to be a middle linebacker and get in pass coverage. You're not putting him in the middle line. Maybe outside. Have him color curl the flats or deep curls or hooks. But you're not putting him in the middle of the field to guard crossers and hooks. You're gonna blitz him. So I think Jalen Hurts did see that. He should have known that when he got out there and gave some type of signal. It was loud, so that, Kelsey snapped the ball. But they did that to put Micah Parsons in a better spot so he can get a good shot on Hurts. So essentially, the line will create holes for Micah Parsons. But I think you got to build something in for that. Maybe a short route. If it's 3-by-1, you go to the guy who's one. Who has man coverage with no potential anybody playing zone. But I think that's one thing they did. The Dolphins did that to Lamar Jackson a year ago, and it worked very well. And I think they did to Hurts here, and they got him on the goal line when he just kind of forfeited the sack. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the Eagles. I think we did well. I think I'm happy we're going to the bye week fresh. We can get some guys back from injuries. I like an early bye week versus a late bye week. depending on how well you're doing the season. But yeah, good win, and we're gonna see what Philly does, and as things come.